First and foremost, the big news concerning Manchester United isn't related to what's happening on the pitch. It's in the boardroom. It's at that level, the takeover. Now, as far as I'm aware, none of you are stockbrokers or city traders or lawyers, right? No?
No.
No
so we'll have
secret.
to be careful of what we're saying.
Exactly.
I'll try and sound intelligent, but I might not know what I'm talking about. But
we can try our best.
We can try our best.
We'll just manage our way through it. So, there's been 2 official bids made. There could be more. It doesn't have to be reported due to the New York Stock Exchange rules. But from what we know, there's one from Qatar and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Statements have been made. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, looks like he wants to take a controlling stake, 69%, from the Glazers, whereas the Qatari bid, looking for a 100% takeover. What are the fans thinking? I mean, United's your club. What are you thinking about this? What do you make of it?
Well, if there's any negative around the club at the minute, because obviously on the pitch things have improved drastically since Ten Hag's come in the door, is this whole takeover scenario. Obviously with the Glazers, there's still there's an unrest around the ownership, and obviously since all the talk of the takeover, whether it be obviously the 2 parties that you're talking about there's an excitement around the place at the thought of a takeover, and I think for the good of the club moving forward, it does need to happen.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you see all the protests around the stadium, you know, about the Glazers each week. You know, protests outside the ground as well. So it's only going to be a good thing if they get taken over. Obviously Sir Jim Ratcliffe says he's a local Man United fan.
Who tried to buy Chelsea at one point.
Exactly, and then you've got the Qataris who have all the money in the world. So it's like, where do you go? Do you go to someone local who loves the club, or do you go like to Chelsea where you've got all the money in the world and build your squad that way? But it's a tough decision for the fans to take and the board.
Whoever gets it, when you talk about the money that's involved, though, it's exciting, isn't it? I mean, you look at the top teams now; they're all owned by people with huge money, and for this club to progress and be where it needs to be, I think with the investment, it's exciting times ahead.
So Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani has distanced himself from the Qatari sports investment, who are obviously involved with PSG, that this is his own purchase, 100%. He'll wipe the debt as well. He wants to redevelop the stadium, the training ground, everything around the club, not just what's on the pitch. So Jim Ratcliffe is looking for the controlling stake, which is 69% held by the Glazers as well. And I'm also thinking about conflict of interest, because a lot's been made out about the PSG connection. Okay, they've distanced themselves from that. But Sir Jim is involved with Nice, and they're competing in Europe. In this season, they're in the Conference League, so there could be conflict there as well.
Obviously, when you look at all the scenarios, the possible conflicts of relationships with other clubs, it's not ideal. But when you talk about Sir Jim Ratcliffe there, like Nuge just said, he's obviously got a connection with the club because he obviously supports it. So there's a passion there straight away. With the Qataris who are talked about, who are obviously wanting to come in, I'm sure when you're looking at the levels of money that you're talking about investing, I'm sure obviously previous connections with other clubs will be irrelevant when they come to purchasing obviously Old Trafford.
In fairness, Sheikh Jassim has set up a company, 92 I think it's called, and it's nothing to do with the class of 92. It's to do with the year he started supporting Manchester United as a boy. So he's
a bit of a glory hunter then, supported in 92, just before all the good times happened.
You could say
that way we're getting at?
You could say he started supporting while times were still rough. They weren't successful just yet. Yeah. So there's that to factor in as well, but we'll have to wait and see what pans out, because so far the deadline, which was on Friday, is a soft bid, and again, there could be other investments which don't have to be declared just yet. We'll keep you abreast of all the news.